Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eugene Cleaver Roundtree III. Another edition of High Voltage News Podcast. Today's analysis will start with A New Beginning by Marcus Schosso from his album Outside the Box. I always find this to be some pretty good music in the background whenever I'm thinking, driving. Perhaps you will too. What are we going to talk about today? Well, socialism, the fallacy thereof, corporate fascism, distraction, divide and conquer, instilling puppets in places of power, examples big and small in business and governance, and the reasons why you see public discourse as it is. But just enjoy this music for a few moments. Grab your cup of coffee. Start that project. And I'll just go on my way now. Why would I talk about all of these things? Why do I care? Well, they cause me to live a life that I don't really know that I want to live. They put me into an existence that I'm not sure that I want to be a part of. Because I know there's a better system. And to tell you the truth, the people that implement these measures know there's a better system because they live it. You see, it's not about how they need to live their lives, but it's about how you need to live your life so that they can live their life the way they want to. There's a difference. It's selfish, childish greed. It's everything that you felt that you had in your mind's eye as a kid, but all grown up. You want it, you take it. You desire it, you make it happen. By any means necessary. That is the people that lead you today. And if you don't believe me, prove it. Show me the one day, not month, not year, not decade. Show me the one day the tool of government did not kill. And you may in fact prove me wrong. Democide is your enemy. And if you didn't cover it in school, there's a good reason why. Democide is your enemy. Now, what does that have to do with all of the topics I laid out in the beginning? They're all tools in the bag. First, let's deal with socialism, alright? Now, I've heard many a politician discuss the merits of socialism. And I've heard the same thing from 18-year-olds living in mommy and daddy's basement. They borrowed $5 to go get a coffee at the coffee shop to chant about it. And they didn't tip their waitress either. It's ironic. Now here's the deal. You can sit on that topic, how I just stereotyped socialists, and you can exclude everything else I'm about to say. I don't care. But here is the rest. When I see a government agent tout socialism, I ask myself, how much money is in your bank account? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? Are you concerned with your taxes? And are they equal to everyone else that you wish to inflict this on? I have never found myself an example in government who lives paycheck to paycheck, who has no reserve savings of cash, who has no book tours or anything else getting them extra money. And when you find one, let me know. You see, it's another psychological measure and a utopian fantasy placed in the minds of others so that they'll willingly hand out money, perhaps never seeing what came of that money they handed out, believing that it served a purpose. And that is all I have ever seen with socialism. And by all means, show me where I'm wrong. That's one way they take your money. Corporate fascism. The books of the banks look really good, and the books of a lot of corporations look really good. And all of this following a time where Barack Hussein Obama said, "Now's not the time to make money. You guys will make some money, but now's not that time." In regards to Wall Street, stockbroking, and the like. And a couple years later, we have money being piped in from the Federal Reserve, inflating the stock market with printed quantitative easing money. That's not really helping the general public, but it's helping people who have it in their stock accounts. All the while, corporations are transcending national borders and don't have to adhere to local governing rules. There's your corporate fascism. Now, what about these puppets we speak of? Well, who is being placed in power in the Ukraine currently? Well, from the reports I've seen, it's someone that's a globalist bankster style. You can catch a couple of articles about that on the InfoWars. Now, isn't it ironic that the Olympics go on and everybody's got this big Coliseum-esque event that they can watch? Roman style, right? while a big war rages on right next door. Well, there you go. Let's funnel all security eyes on the Olympics. Let's talk about Saudi Arabian bomb threats. None of that ever taking place. All in the name of fighting terrorism. And then, the left hand moves into Ukraine. And Ukraine has this upheaval. And someone new gets placed in power. Well, let's see how that turns out. By the way, how's Egypt doing? How did that turn out? How's Mubarak? No mention of the Arab Spring these days. How's Syria in year 5? How's Afghanistan in year 10? How's Iraq in year 15? 5, 10, 15, 20. Like I said, show me a day where the motives and actions of middle management government have not killed and impoverished. Show me a day. Now, when all of this changes and utopia is set in, I'd be real curious to see what that looks like. I'd be real curious to see how many people have to drive to work while they're sick, while they're in their 4th day of being sick, just to pay for yesterday's debt. I'd be real curious to see that. I'd be real curious to see that anyone and everyone can have their big house, have a big car, and be on the same playing field of free time, enjoyment time, rounds of golf, and not have a care in the world like you see the people that you see enjoying those things. Oh, you say in a capitalist environment, in a free market economy, that thing may not happen because some people gain a little more, or a lot more, based on their merits. You don't live in a freestyle, laissez-faire capitalist government market economy. You don't live in that. And there's a good chance that you're not old enough to ever have. Due to red tape, regulation, taxation, usury, and other measures. So it never even got a fair shake. Oh, now I'm a capitalist fanatic. No, I'm not. But I am saying that if I was taxed to the hilt, what the hell would make me wake up in the morning just to work, to give you 80% of what I made? What in the hell would make me care? Why would I produce? For the good of all. Oh yeah? Because making that turkey sandwich was for the good of all. You kidding me? It'd be better if everybody was able to stay at home and make their own damn turkey sandwich. Instead of having your servant class make 300 turkey sandwiches each for everybody working and buzzing about, waiting until 4 p.m. to eat lunch because they had to serve 200, and then waiting 8 p.m. to eat dinner, and then going home to their family at 10:30 p.m. only to go to bed an hour later to wake up at 8 a.m. to go do it again for 12 hours. You are not in the system that you think you are in. And this is the reality for many. How did it get to this point? And every day that ticks by is another day that you weren't outside enjoying God's green earth.